What is up, boys? John here, back again with another video for y'all. It's been a while. Let's get straight into it. So you read the title of this video. The title of this video is when you realize you are able to do more, or you're made for more. So what I mean by this is, we all have that time in our life where we reflect on the things we're doing, the habits we're doing, and basically where we're going in life, and we look at our past and just see that we've just became a shell of what we used to be. And so basically, if you don't know my story, back then I used to be very depressed, have anxiety, and it was just a hard time for me to go about life and find happiness. So I drowned myself in video games, in eating junk food, and this became my source of happiness or escape from reality. And then a couple months down, I started to take therapy, talk to a psychiatrist, and take some medicine. And then I started my self-improvement journey, and then I lost a lot of weight. And basically, that was the high of my life. I was making a lot of friends. I was getting out of my comfort zone even more. I started working out. My diet was locked in. Everything was going great. I had straight A's, very smart, mental clarity. Basically it was perfect time for me. And that went on for about 2 to 3 years. And then honestly, I can't really imagine where it changed. Maybe after 3 years I got comfortable, and then I stopped doing the good habits that made me successful, in not successful, but successful in the terms of what it meant to me. I got complacent maybe, and then it just went downhill from there. And basically, for the past 2 weeks I've been on a journey to join the military. And basically I was in just JRTC before in the past, and when I was in this JRTC, basically that's the thing, that was a time when I was most locked in. And basically I just got a remembrance of who I used to be and who I have the potential to become, and I just saw myself and looked myself in the mirror, and got reminded of David Goggins, because he looked himself in the mirror and he realized what he has become. And I just that feeling when you want to cry but you can't cry. That's how I felt. I fell off so hard, so much, to the point where I don't even know where to begin. So I started going back to the roots, and I'm still currently on the journey to get back where I was before. I feel like I got pushed off the mountain, and then Batman, he got pushed off into the well, and then he had to build himself back up in order to climb back out to become Batman. It's kind of reference, but basically that's what I'm trying to do. And the thing that led me there was journaling. It was meditating. It was what was that, running every day. It was eating 1 meal a day. And these things made me who I was. And I even journaled this earlier. I was the happiest, I was the smartest, mental clarity was good, I was the happiest, I was my most fittest. And no amount of money I think can buy you that. You need to have that achievement for yourself. And you can buy things that will help you, membership, gym membership, or coach. But that work you put in, and then that result you get, you only can get that from yourself, doing it by yourself. Basically, I got motivated by David Goggins' story. He hit the mother load of cockroaches, and what he did after was, after he hit the mother load of cockroaches, He quit his job, and for 3 months straight, he lost 106 pounds to join the Navy SEALs. And I'm shipping out soon, and so basically I decided, to use these few months that I have, or weeks that I have left, in order to, bring back my mindset, bring back myself to the way I used to be, and